Imagine a Tuesday evening. You're scrolling through your phone, the city lights are humming outside, and the global economy is moving at the speed of light. Then, in a single microsecond, it's gone. Not just your Wi-Fi, the entire grid. The screen in your hand turns into a useless piece of black glass. The streetlights flicker and die. The hum of the world stops. This is day zero. In our total dependence on the digital cloud, we've forgotten how fragile our civilization actually is. We have digitized our money, our history, our food supply, and our communication. By 2026, 95% of human activity relies on a pulse of electricity. But what happens when that pulse stops? Whether it's a coordinated cyber attack or a massive solar flare, the result is the same: the Great Silence. In this opening chapter, we witness the first 60 minutes of a world without a connection. No GPS, no banking, no emergency services. The digital mask of society is stripped away, and we are left with a terrifying reality. We have no plan B. Security experts have a terrifying phrase: society is only 9 meals away from chaos. By the 24-hour mark of the Great Blackout, the novelty has worn off, and the panic begins to set in. Your digital wallet is a ghost. Your credit cards are just useless plastic. In a world without a functioning electrical grid, there is no way to pump fuel, no way to process payments, and most importantly, no way to distribute water. By hour 48, the supply chains that once moved with surgical precision are paralyzed. Trucks are stranded on highways with empty tanks. Supermarket shelves, once overflowing, are stripped bare in a matter of hours. This is the 72-hour rule, the moment when the collective trust in the system evaporates. When the lights don't come back on by the third night, the human instinct for survival overrides the social contract. Neighborhoods turn into fortresses. The grocery store becomes a battleground. In the digital age, we traded resilience for efficiency. And now, as the darkness deepens, we realize that we have forgotten how to survive without a screen to guide us. The just-in-time economy has just run out of time. We are the most documented generation in human history, yet we are on the verge of becoming a ghost civilization. For thousands of years, humans left their marks on stone, clay, and paper. But today, our memories exist as fragile pulses of magnetism on remote servers. Every photo of your children, every message to a loved one, every piece of digital art, it's all held together by a constant flow of electricity. When the Great Blackout hits the 1-week mark, the data centers begin to fail. Backup generators run out of diesel. Cooling systems stop. The massive hard drives that hold the sum of human knowledge start to overheat and corrupt. In a matter of days, the digital library of Alexandria is burning, but there are no flames, only silence. We are entering the information dark age, a world where you don't know what's happening in the next town, let alone the next country. No news, no history, no proof of who you are. Without the internet, the collective memory of the 21st century is wiped clean. We are a species that has forgotten how to speak without a signal and how to remember without a search engine. By week 2 of the Great Blackout, the virtual world is officially dead. Your social media followers, your online status, and your digital wealth have all evaporated into thin air. In this new reality, the only thing that matters is what you can touch, build, or defend. We are witnessing the great resyncing, the return of humanity to the physical realm. Suddenly, the most valuable person in the neighborhood isn't the software developer or the crypto trader. It's the mechanic who can fix a manual pump, the farmer who understands the seasons, and the nurse who can heal without a machine. We are forced to rediscover lost arts, starting a fire without a lighter, navigating by the stars instead of GPS, and trading physical goods instead of digital tokens. This is a brutal filtering process. Those who lived entirely in the cloud are the most vulnerable, while those who stayed grounded in the physical become the new leaders of a broken world. The hand that holds the tool is now more powerful than the finger that clicks the mouse. We are learning a hard lesson. A civilization that cannot survive its own technology is a civilization built on sand. This is a brutal reminder that money was always just a digital hallucination, a story we all agreed to believe until the lights went out. Now the story is over, and the era of tangible value has begun. Gold and silver have always been the ultimate hedge against collapse. But in the first month of the Great Blackout, you cannot eat gold. As the digital economy evaporates, a new shadow economy emerges from the streets. This is the return of the barter system, but with a survivalist twist. The most stable currencies are now the things that keep you alive: clean water, antibiotics, batteries, and fuel. In this dark market, a gallon of gasoline is worth more than 1,000 shares of a tech company. A simple hand-cranked radio becomes a priceless treasure. We are seeing the relocalization of trade. Without the internet, there is no global market, only what is within walking distance. People are forced to build high-trust microeconomies with their neighbors. Your reputation, your honesty, and your physical contribution are your new credit score. If you can't provide value, you don't survive. The Great Blackout is not just a disaster. It is a mirror. It shows us exactly who we have become, a species that can touch the stars but cannot survive a week without a battery. As the weeks turn into months, some parts of the world will slowly flicker back to life, but it won't be the same world we left behind. The illusion of infinite progress has been shattered. We have learned that the more complex our systems become, the more fragile they are. But in the darkness, something else was rediscovered: the strength of the human spirit. Without the distraction of the screen, we looked into each other's eyes again. We rebuilt our communities with our own hands. We realized that true connection doesn't require a fiber optic cable. The blackout taught us that we must build a resilient future, not just an efficient one. A world where our history is kept in books as well as servers, and where our survival skills are as sharp as our coding skills. The lights may come back on, but we must never forget the lessons of the shadows. Because the next time the world goes dark, will you be a victim of the grid or a master of the earth? Stay curious, stay grounded, stay human. This is Vintage Insight, documenting the end of the digital age.